What's going on, everyone? So Armel Traore, he is a rookie, undrafted, who came in and actually was very good and versatile for the Lakers in Summer League, and then a little bit in preseason, and then so far he's been playing in the G League, right? Now, he's not a guy that, is looked at as, he can come in and have an immediate impact in any real capacity for Lakers. He's looked at as a development guy, as somebody that is going to take, a couple years to really kind of evolve into the player that you can visualize for him, right? A 6'8", 6'9", versatile forward that could play the 3, play the 4. He's shown slight ability to stretch out, knock down the 3 ball, right? His just consistent hustle and energy, his effort, his ability to defend 1 through 5. We've seen that at pretty much every level at this point. And Armel Traore is a guy that you can see what could become with him. Guy that can rebound, can defend, right? A sort of like an OG type of player. I'm not saying that he'll be OG, but similar comps, right? He's like 7'2", 7'3" wingspan, so he's got good size, good length. Guy that can essentially slot in, 3 through 5 for you, but probably best at the 4 spot. But he's a guy that right now in the G League is so far through 5 games played, giving you 16.8 points per game, 10.6 rebounds per game, 1.8 assists. He is so far from the field shooting 50% on 12 field goal attempts per game. He's shooting 33.3% from 3-point range. Obviously, that's not good or great or anything like that, but again, highlights his abilities to stretch the floor and knock down the occasional 3. If he can kind of work on that and improve in that regard, that would be massive. Also worth noting, his younger brother is probably going to be a top 5 pick in this upcoming draft. At worst, a lottery pick. But he's also shooting 83.3% from the foul line. As I mentioned, averaging 10.6 rebounds, 2.8 are offensive, 1.8 assists, turnovers 3.6. But again, very different role of what he's playing in the G League compared to what he's playing in the NBA. I mean, you even look at a guy like, a Quincy Olivari, right? He's averaging like 5.5 turnovers. It's the G League. It's how it goes, right? You don't have the stars. You don't have the structure. You don't have the play style that you're looking for these guys to play. But he's also averaging 1.2 steals, 1 block, and has been a +4 overall for them. He has a defensive rating of 98.8, an offensive rating of 105.5. Again, this is the G League, so you have to keep things in perspective. However, the Lakers could go potentially the Golden State route. What I mean by the Golden State route is you see Golden State using guys like even last season, like Trace Jackson, Pod, right? Like, and even this year, using the young guys and leaning on the young guys, and it's led to a lot of success for the Warriors. It's not that these guys are great and putting up insane stats and doing all this crazy stuff, but it's them buying into a specific role and having an impact and using their youth and athleticism and versatilities to have an impact. Now, they have Steph, and Buddy Hield has had a really good season. They have guys that they can lean on, but on the in-betweens and to kind of help fill some of the gaps, you see Golden State and Steve Kerr kind of doing the job of like, hey, let's play these guys. Let's play these young guys. Let's get these guys minutes. And I mean, Steve Kerr has been notorious for that. I mean, he's even been quoted saying, like, how can I expect these guys, the next man up mentality, how can I expect these guys to be ready and stay ready if they never see the basketball court, right? They haven't seen the court all season. We're 60 games in, and I'm like, all right, now you have to play the rest of the year. It's like, and then I'm supposed to expect them to play well. It's like, it's unrealistic. So I've talked about Quincy Olivari, getting him some looks, right? We've seen Christian Coloco, who very raw, right? But you saw have a little bit of an impact. There were some nice things there, but he was a project a year and a half ago before the whole blood clots and everything like that. You knew he was going to be a project coming in now, and he hasn't played basketball in like 2 years, right? Or at least Armel Traore, he's a guy that has been playing and has been getting reps and has been playing in the G League and got a little bit in the NBA, and we've seen him have some really good monster games. He just had a 22 rebound game for the G League Lakers, right? South Bay Lakers. And my question is, if you're the Lakers, do you at least see if he can come in and play a real role in any capacity, right? Obviously, we don't have a roster spot, so you can't bring him in right now, but we just saw Jackson Hayes go down again. And yes, you're probably going to bring in Christian Koloko and kind of get a look at Koloko, but why not bring in Armel Traore? Now, we have seen Armel kind of get, when Koloko was out, or not Koloko, when Hayes was out, we did see him kind of get a few spot minutes. But again, it was like spot minutes, right? It was just like a couple, here's like 3 minutes, type of thing, rather than any form of like real consistency. And I'd like to see him get, some real consistency. Right? You look at the last 5 games that he's actually played. Last game he played was November 23rd against Denver, and that was a blowout loss, but it was in garbage time, 4 minutes. Then same thing at the Pelicans, 4 minutes. Then you look at October 18th, you had, again, this is really 28 minutes. He gave you 6 points, gave you 7 rebounds, 1 assist, 1 steal. Now, again, keep in mind, that's not the actual, NBA game, but still, it shows, what he could potentially do in a limited role off the bench, right? What are the biggest things that the Lakers are having trouble with right now? Rebounding and perimeter defense. What is Armel Traore best at right now? Rebounding and perimeter defense, right? Whatever offensive production he gives you is just an added bonus. Now, you could argue, well, you got Cam Reddish and stuff like that for that, but it doesn't hurt to have other guys out there, especially if you maximize them in the proper way, like slot him alongside Anthony Davis, have an Austin Reeves and, maybe a Dalton Connect with Cam Reddish out there. So you have some offense, and Connect, you got the shooting, you got Reeves who can go in and make some plays and, get into the teeth of the defense and, it can be inconsistent, but it's kind of our best offensive option outside of LeBron and AD right now, and Connect, but his more shooting, right? And then you have Cam Reddish for that perimeter defense, and then Armel Traore for the defense and help with the rebounding, and just, again, have him slotted into the right spots, in the right positions, and see if he can kind of bolster that. I'm not saying he has to play 30, 40 minutes a game. I'm not even saying you have to play him night in and night out. But just like I said with Quincy Olivari, right? It'd be nice to see if these guys can actually play a role. Because, look, the Lakers have been very active in the trade market, right? Now, obviously, no trade has happened, at least at the time of recording this video. But if you're going to pull off a trade, chances are it's going to be 2, 3 guys for one. You're going to need to fill in gaps. You're going to need to fill in holes. Wouldn't it be nice to know, okay, we need a serviceable forward, right, that can just, play spot minutes on any given night, right? And we have an open roster spot. Is Armel ready or is he not? Rather than okay, now you need that and you throw him into the fire and he's not ready and it's now what do we do? Right? It would be nice. It's the same thing I talked about with Quincy. If you trade a Gabe Vincent, you trade a D'Lo, and you trade all these guys, and it's okay, well, now you have a need for a guard that can initiate the offense. You don't really, off the bench, you don't really necessarily need this Chris Paul level guard, especially the style of offense that we run. But it would be nice, you need a guy to be able to initiate the offense, get you in your actions, play some defense, and knock down the 3 ball. In theory, Quincy makes all the sense in the world for that. He's a guy that can literally do all those things, right? But is he ready to do it at an NBA level? Yes, he's able to do it in the G League. G League is not the NBA. We've seen a lot of guys that are just way too good for the G League, but they're not good enough for the NBA. They're better than everybody in the G League, but they're not good enough for the NBA, right? So my point is, I would like to see some of these guys in a real capacity, right? What if Armel goes in and you give him 15 minutes and he gives you 9 rebounds during that stretch, including a couple offensive, and his energy and his effort. Also, Lakers desperately need athleticism, right? They need versatility out there on the perimeter and at the wing and the rebounding. Armel Traore checks a lot of boxes for the Lakers. His ability to defend and protect at the rim because he has such a long wingspan and because he has good size and good physicality. and he is athletic and moves his feet well and can defend and play multiple positions, right? Like somebody like that, it would be nice to get those opportunities. Like I said, go the kind of Golden State route where you give guys that you're looking, like, how do you develop guys if they don't see the court, right? Like you can only develop guys in the G League for so long. At some point, you're going to need to see them, right? A lot of people talk about, Scottie Pippen Jr. and Jay Huff. Well, they were nowhere near the guys that we have seen them be for Memphis when they were on the Lakers. Well, why? Because they never got an opportunity, right? They never actually got to see the court. They never actually got to play. And when they did play, they were usually bad. And so Darvin Ham and them just like wouldn't continue to let them see the basketball court, right? So they go to a team like Memphis who, they were tanking. That's something we have to keep in mind. They were tanking. But they were willing and allowed to play 35 plus minutes a game. And guess what? They had some excellent games and they had some games that were awful. Now, I'm not saying you have to go to that extreme because the Lakers are not a team that is trying to tank. They're a team that's trying to win. But like you see with Golden State, like Steve Kerr, he'll throw out, like, you say Armel Traore is on them, right? Or I guess Trace Jackson is a better because last year he was that, right? He would throw Trace Jackson out there. And if he was playing well, okay, you keep him, right? You keep letting him get those minutes, and you keep playing. Okay, he doesn't have it tonight. Hey, no problem. Hey, bad night tonight. I know you've only played like 7 minutes. You're struggling out there. I trust and believe that you might turn it around, but we're trying to win this game tonight, right? You're a rookie. It happens. Don't worry. Let's get it the next game. And then he would, sit on the bench, and next thing you know, next game, boom, here you go again. You stick with him. You give the confidence, right? It's why I talked about even like with Max Christie. You got to stick with Max Christie. He didn't get the games. Like he was already supposed to get over the figure it out year. And he never got that. Never got the figure it out year, right? So now what's happening? He's in the figure it out year. How are they supposed to figure it out unless you keep going with them? Hey, you had a bad game. No problem. Let's get back to the next one. No, hey, sorry, buddy. I got to take you out right now. I know. Don't worry. You're gonna play again tomorrow. Not bench them entirely, and now they don't play for 5 games, right? Like it's just you gotta stick with the guys. But anyway, as always, this is a discussion, and I pass a question on you. Let me know your thoughts and opinions down in the comments below. What do you think? How do you feel? What are your thoughts? Do you agree with me? Disagree with me? Kind of mixed in the middle? Do you think like yes, you need to see what these guys got, give them a look? What's the worst that can happen? Do you think like, no, absolutely not, right? You got to just kind of stick to the script, stick to the game plan. Again, how you feel, whatever your thoughts are. I love to hear it. So let me know down in the comments below. That being said, if you haven't liked this video, hit that like button. Helps me a lot as we enjoy these types of videos. Truly appreciate it. Not subscribe channel, hit that subscribe button. Turn on the bell notifications. Appreciate y'all. See you in the next one. Thank you.